Good evening, fuckers. Yeah, we are back with the next Elite Dangerous live stream. Let's get things underway before I end up babbling away in front of a completely blank screen. So, right, game is loading. Let's see who is here. We have Jim. Actually got here before Erodian. I think there's a good reason why you got here before Erodian. If you can just let us know if you can see the screen okay. Or when you can see the screen okay. Actually no, I think I was right first time. If you can see the screen okay. And we have Liam Wills, filmmaker, here as well. This is fairly early for him. Okay, right, screen is fine, good. It still takes an age to load because, yeah, ever since the update, the servers have been so ridiculously slow. It's not true. I mean, this is a Monday. It's not like the servers are really going to be, you know, massively busy. Anyway, yeah, Jim, you were saying that you're surprised that you got here before Erodian. Well, Yeah, that I think you'll find is the reason why Erodian hasn't got here yet, because he's in game and he probably hasn't got a clue that the stream is on at the moment. So that I think answers that one. Right, so everything is streaming as it should. So for this one, it's something that I haven't done for a fair while. I am going to be heading into Thargoid territory, and we are going to try and take out some Thargoid Interceptors. Now, in the right ships, that is not going to be too much of a problem. But up until very recently, I had never succeeded in taking out any Cyclops in a small ship. In large, no problem at all. In mediums, yeah, pretty much no problem at all. But in smalls, I've never succeeded. Well, I say I've never succeeded. If you were here early enough to see the intro and hear the music, you'll have noticed a screenshot which shows quite clearly that I did manage it. But to put it mildly, it was really close. I've had 6 attempts at taking out a Cyclops in this Kestrel. The first attempt, I was destroyed. I got really close. I got the Cyclops hull down to 7%. If I'd been able to fire fast enough to take its hull out before it got its shields up, I would have done it, but nope. So that was a failure. Second attempt, I did it, but I was so chuffed about doing it that I forgot to take any screenshots or anything, and I wasn't recording it, so I had no proof of it, which kind of soured it a bit. So I was like, right, okay, I've got to have another go. Third attempt, again I succeeded. That's when I took the screenshot that I used in the intro to this stream. So I thought, right, I'm doing okay here. So I got a bit cocky. So I was going out there thinking, right, okay, no problem. We'll take out a few and rack up a few millions. Well, my next 3 attempts, I wasn't destroyed, but I couldn't take out the Cyclops. And I had no choice but to just piss off. The reason for that was my loadout, which I'll show you. I have changed it, but the old loadout, yeah, had a very serious Achilles heel. So yeah, this is the this is the Kestrel, the Galactic Pacer. See how many are old enough to know why it's called the Galactic Pacer. So weaponry, I have Class 3 beam laser, which is modified with efficient weapon and thermal vent, and that thermal vent is the only reason why I have this thing fitted. I then have 2 pre-engineered Guardian shard cannons, so these are Class 2s, even though they're in Class 3 slots. And I have 2 pre-engineered Guardian plasma chargers in the Class 1 slots. So firepower wise, I'm absolutely fine. Utility mounts, no big surprises here. The enhanced Xeno scanner, shutdown field neutralizer, caustic sink launcher, which has been engineered with additional ammo. So I have 8 caustic sinks. And the heatsink launcher, which again has been engineered, so I have 4 heat sinks in this thing. First attempt I made, I didn't have this heatsink launcher. In fact, to be honest, the first 2 attempts I made, I didn't have the heatsink launcher. It was only after the 3rd attempt I made a couple of changes, and they still weren't enough. I did have shields on this thing. I don't anymore. Anyway, core internals, don't think there's going to be any big surprises. So military grade composite armour, which has been engineered to grade 5 heavy duty and deep plating. 5A power plant, which is overcharged to grade 5 with thermal spread, but it really didn't need that. It certainly doesn't need it now. I mean, look how much power I'm using compared to how much is available. It does still need overcharging, but only to about grade 2. It certainly doesn't need it to grade 5, but, you know, that's because I got rid of the shields. The boosters, yeah, the Mark II Agile boost thrusters, dirty drive tuning, drag drives, big surprise. You know, same here. The SCO drive, increased range, mass manager, big surprise. The life support is miscellaneous reinforced to grade 4. I can't get it to grade 5 without going to Colonia. Distributor charging enhanced grade 5 with super conduits. I need to redo this. Now that I've got rid of the shields, I don't need the engine and system capacity or recharge rate, so I really should change this to weapon focused, but it's working for now, so well, I hope it's still working okay. And then sensors, I mean, lightweight, only the grade 1. I mean, they're only class 2s, so it's not like, you know, they need, well, I'm going to gain very much from making them lightweight. So, and then finally the optional internals. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 hull reinforcement packages, class 5, 2 class 4s, class 3s. They've all been engineered to grade 5 heavy duty with deep plating. And then in the class 2 and class 1 slots, 3 class 2 Guardian module reinforcements and 1 class 1. So these are the changes that I had to make, because initially in this slot here I had a detailed surface scanner. Why, I don't know. And here was another hull reinforcement package. So I only had 2 class 2 module reinforcement packages, and that's why I was having so many problems with all my modules being destroyed, because Thargoids are relentless at targeting modules. So if you haven't got the module reinforcement, they're going to take them out in no time, which is what kept happening to me. So all of my weapons were damaged beyond the state of being able to use them. So I couldn't fire at the Cyclops I was up against, so I had no choice but to bugger off. Yeah, infuriating is not the word. Now initially I did have a shield generator here, bi-weave, and I had, I think it was 2 shield reinforcements. I can't remember what they were. I think one was a 4 and one was a 2, but it meant that I had shields of 1030 and a hull of 1333. So combined I had defense of 2363, which isn't bad, but just wasn't good enough. So with those changes I now have shield health 0 obviously, and armor health of 2828. Now before I changed the hull reinforcement to module, the armor health was just over 3000. So I'm hoping that losing around, you know, 180 odd armor is not going to be too much of an issue. That's what I'm hoping anyway. So right, let's have a look at the never understood why Mars discontinued Pacers. I love them as a kid. Yeah, I did prefer opal fruits, but yeah, Pacers were all right. Anyway, you can see I'm on my carrier and we are in HIP 17692. Asteropy is quite close by, 7.58 light years. So what we'll do, we'll head to the docking station there, so that then if my ship is destroyed, which is very likely, we will restart there rather than in a different system back here. So I got decent speed in this thing, 446, but once I've got it set to how I would have it at combat, I mean it's still over 400, 409, so yeah, it's not too shabby. But obviously the manoeuvrability of a Kestrel is, well, immense if you use flight assist off, which I never do, so... But it's still the third most manoeuvrable ship in the game if you don't, you know, if you don't use flight assist off. Let's see if we're actually going there. No, we're not. We're going to get pulled out. Every time since I arrived here yesterday, every time I've jumped to a therapy, it's been absolutely fine. Now that I'm streaming, no. Get pulled out of height space. So yeah, they're both a long old way away. I just need to wait for the FST to come back online. They've now gone. Not just off my sensors, but they've gone completely. In fact, I didn't even need the boost. At this speed, there's no way a Cyclops is keeping up with me. The only interceptor that's going to Pleiades. I mean, I'm assuming it was two Cyclops that got me then. Now, I was advised by Thargoid that this system is now involved in power play, and it's a Li-Yong-Ri system, which would explain why I keep showing up as hostile. But I am allied with all three factions here, so the chances of me being scanned as I enter a station are fairly slim. Doesn't mean it will never happen, but it's unlikely to happen. But also, once you land on Copernicus Observatory, there is no power play option. So I don't know how he got control of this system, and it certainly doesn't look likely that he's ever going to lose it. Now, something else that I encountered yesterday.
Dynamics, Lima Uniform Kilo. Thank you for choosing our station, Commander. We hope you find everything to your liking. Permission authorized. Clear to land at Docking Bay 4-2.
Yeah, so something else I found yesterday. I'm sure this is going to surprise a whole slew of people. I found more fuck-ups post update. The first is actually one that I'd heard about quite a bit, but I've now encountered it myself. So before we launch, I'll show you that one.
Ship is on the ground. Ground crew dispatched. Station services are at your disposal.
Okay, so the first one that I found involves fleet carriers. For a short while, I had both my personal fleet carrier and the squadron fleet carrier down here in HIP 17692. Now, I wanted to then move my squadron carrier back to where it had come from, which is this system here. This is the system that Mick DC is currently working on. the slowness of the servers is again acting up. It's saying system data is unavailable. There it is. Right, finally realised. Oh no, I do know this system. So my fleet carrier, or the squadron carrier I should say, is here around planet 6D. Now when it left this system it was around 6F, and this is where I wanted it to go back, but it couldn't. Every time I tried to have it go back there, it kept saying that there were no slots free. And the reason it's doing that is because at the moment the game cannot differentiate between carrier slots and colonization building slots. So these 3 slots here have not only used up the 3 building slots that are orbiting 6F, but they have also used up all of the available carrier slots for this particular moon. So even if none of these were built, instead of being able to have 16 fleet carriers in orbit around it in total, it would only actually allow you to have 3. This one here will only allow 2, except it won't anymore because 2 are, this second one's being used and this first one here has already been done, so you won't be able to move a fleet carrier there either. So I had to choose a moon or a planet that had no building slots available to it, and that way it would still have like the standard 16 maximum for fleet carriers. Not only is that bug affecting fleet carriers, it is also affecting people who are building orbital installations within systems using colonization. If you start a new build, so say this one, thankfully this one here has already been started, but if you were to start a new one now, there's no guarantee that it will use up one of the 2 slots that are reserved for the construction sites. It may use one of the 16 slots that are reserved for fleet carriers. So you could build a this orbital construction site here, which is supposed to orbit Moon 6E, but it could be about 50 or 60 light seconds away, which would put it nearer one of these bloody planets here. So it's I mean, it's typical Frontier developments, you know, utter ineptitude when it comes to coding games. That is not even the worst of the 2 that I encountered yesterday. As I was saying, I did some of the loadout of this Kestrel. Now, in order to get that finished, I had to get some experimentals applied to my armour. So I went to Eurybia. And everything was fine. I got there, landed at the Demolition Unlimited base, and then when I clicked on the option to go to the engineer workshop, as well as the 2 armor options that I got, the one for your ship armor and for your hull reinforcements. Obviously, it only shows the options that apply to modules you've got. So I didn't have any of the missile ones, but I had an option there that said experimentals, and it was showing that Liz Ryder is now doing engineering on experimentals up to grade 3. So I thought, right, I'll have a look at this. So I clicked on it, and the options that came up, the experimental modules that she was doing engineering on, were I've got to double check on my modules list. They were for the shutdown field neutralizer, the caustic sink launcher, and the enhanced Xeno scanner. Now, as far as I was aware, there are no options for the enhanced Xeno scanner or the shutdown field neutralizer. And Liz Ryder does not do the engineering for the caustic sink launcher. So I thought, okay, I'll have a look at this. So I clicked on the enhanced Xeno scanner and it crashed the desktop. Because, no, Liz Ryder does not do any of those engineering. There are no engineering options for your Xeno scanner or your shutdown field neutralizer, and yet they are appearing now when you land at an engineer, well, certainly when you land at Demolitions Inc., in a ship with these things fitted. Just when I thought I couldn't, you know, I couldn't find any more examples of just how shit this fucking update has been, I then find that. Where are we here on the chat? Glad that you're streaming tonight. Didn't have the best week and need to pick me up. Okay, I mean, I'm not feeling my best tonight, actually, so we'll see if we can both get through it. What's the boost speed in that thing? I can't remember. We'll find out when we launch. I bet that's something to do with the new Merc coin rewards. They mixed up the code for them and the engineering code. Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure it does have something to do with that. So they've mixed up the regular engineering and Merc coin engineering and the fleet carrier placeholders and the colonization, construction site placeholders. It's just an absolute fucking clusterfuck. It's just absolutely typical of old Captain Penny Bollocks and the Army of Ineptitude, as I've referred to on many occasions, and never have they deserved that title more than now. Anyway, right, we're here at Asterapy. My Kestrel is, well, it's as good as it's going to get. So let's launch and see if we can find the right kind of signal source. So we're after a Cyclops. There's no way I'm going after a Basilisk or higher in this thing. Got a Cobra Mark 5 there. Seen plenty of the new, the next gen ships as NPCs. The only one I've not seen is a Lynx Highliner. So let's check the boost speed on this. We'll get it up to max, which is 446. Boost speed. $5.94. That's not too shabby. It means I can easily outrun a Basilisk in this thing. Their top speed is 530. Position ourselves with the primary start, and let's look at what we've got. So I want a threat 5 non-human. Got it right away. Now in this system that could still be scouts, but so far, admittedly, every time I've tried this ship before, it's always been in the California Nebula, so it might be different there, but so far every threat 5 that I've been to, there's been a Cyclops there, no scouts. Well, yeah, it's just a Cobra 3. And he's got no encoded materials. Right, let's see what we've got. Well, it will be a Well, I thought it would be a Cyclops. There's nothing here. See, I would want to take all of that, but I've got no cargo space in this thing. Well, where's the threat 5? There's no sign of the thing anywhere. Okay. So my top speed then now is 409. Top boost speed now is, yeah, it's really not far off the 594. So it's still every bit as good as it would be. Yeah, with 4 pistol engines. So boost speed on this is fine. Okay, let's try again. Oh, it's threat 3 is also nearly 100,000 light seconds away, so yeah, I'm not going to worry about that too much. There's a threat 5. Just shy of 10 minutes. We'll make it there in plenty of time. That's good of them to finally level you up. Oh, you finally leveled up in power play. I don't think I have. But I certainly don't have any of my... Oh, hang on, let's... No, I'm still 154. So I've not leveled up yet. I mean, it could be that it's waiting for me to level up again, but... Fuck only knows when that will be. I'll come back and check the rest of that once we've done here. If there's going to be something to do here. Ah, we have one here. There he is. That does, yeah, that is a Cyclops. So we'll get our scan of him. Right, away we go. Flying into him is not a great idea. Ah, come on. I'll say that took a long time compared to usual. I'm already down to 94. Now, I don't really want him to use his lightning attack, even though it's not really going to do a vast amount. I don't really have any reason to stick around the salvage here because I can't pick any of it up. Right, this shield is nearly down to 50. Right, so it shields us down. Next one down. So I was really heating up badly there. I had to use one of my heat sinks. So now it's likely to launch its caustic missile, but it doesn't seem to have done so. Well, it has now. Oh no, that was the Thargon Swarm launching that. Wait for it to get its seals down to about 50. Right. That's the first of my Alright, that's the next heart down.
Energy surge detected.
Yeah, that's what I fucked up in one of my attempts. The first attempt, actually. The first successful attempt, I should say. Actually, no, tell I know it was the second successful attempt. Started that attack a little bit early. But he does only have one heart left now, so I think we'll be alright. Don't want those missiles hitting. Just keep going. There we go. Can't see where its exposed heart is. He's down to one and he's going to get his shields up. Oh, that was close. Well, there we go. So, yeah, Cyclops destroyed. 63% hull left. That's my most successful yet, and that's despite the fact that I am here in a ship with lower armour, say 2,828, compared to the, I think it was, well, it wasn't as high as 3,100, so I mean, it's not a vast difference, but I don't think I need any of those materials. No, and I can't take the Thargoid heart, because I've got no cargo space. Right, well, that was certainly a success. Let's head back to the station and get the ship patched up. Actually, before we do that, let's just double check the... right, where are we? And completed 2 of the weekly power play missions. Ah, that might be it. Only they didn't complete and reward merits until I logged in a couple of days later. See, I've not done anything power play related since the last tick over. So maybe that's what I need to do. Oh, what fun the update has been. Yeah. The only thing that seems to work is the Nomad, but even that, it works like 95%. It's still not perfect. It has a couple of stupid issues. They are far from game breaking, but nevertheless it is irritating that my Virgin Media picked a great time to start making your stream buffer. Just going to reboot the router. Are you carrying a metal alloy? No, because I don't have any cargo space in this thing. Now, as Mick DC is here, I can ask, have you put any more thought towards your AX ship with the 4 pre-engineered shard cannons? Because my one is all set. Erodian's was all set, but I think he wants to change it because he did a test in it, and to put it mildly, it was a complete disaster. So he wants to change his ship. Considering the ship that he was using was an Alliance Challenger, I can't say I blame him. I really can't get on with any of those Alliance ships. Chieftain, Challenger, Crusader. I mean, I think the Challenger is the best of the three, but it's not really saying a lot. It's not fantastic.
Core Dynamics Lima Uniform Kilo. Welcome to the station, Commander. Please fly safely. Access authorized. Please head directly for Bay 01.
Now, I'm sure there will be some people who will eventually see this video and say, yeah, taking out a Cyclops in a small ship is no big deal. You know, there are players out there who have taken them out in a hauler, and I know they have. I've seen someone do it. Fucking hauler. And to that I say, yeah, maybe, but that weren't good. But yeah, I am not one of those people. AX combat is by far my weakest area, so I take any success I can. Anyway, repair bill 25,157. I'll absolutely take that. I mean, the fact that I've actually been able to yeah, destroy a Cyclops in a small ship is quite an achievement for me, even if it is the most overpowered small ship there is. But yeah, you see here there's no power play contact here, so even if Li Yongri has control of this system, there's no way of wrenching it off him. He's keeping it, so. Right, so we've downed one. Let's have another stab at that. Let's have a look. Try to do power play operation on easy. The final combat phase was the fight of 2 elite modded Kestrels with 2 elite Fair Lance and 5 other ships. Needless to say, it was anything but easy. Yeah, I've had a stab at the, I forget what operation it was, but it is the ship-only one. I think it's the one that's at the very bottom of the list. And I was getting fuck all nowhere, but it ended somewhat prematurely for me because I buggered off with the intention of repairing the ship. But then it came up as I was about to jump out of the like conflict zone, you know, where it was all happening. I then got the message that as I've left the area, the operations mission will reset. So if I had taken out any enemy ships, which to be honest I had done, I'd taken out about 3 or 4, but they were all going to be back again. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, fuck this, and and just left it. I was not, yeah, I was rather nonplussed, to put it mildly. I was thinking of using Crite Mark II. Just need to go and get 2 more Guardian Weapon Blueprint fragments so I can fit the 4 pre-engineered shards. I only have enough to for 2 at the moment. I mean, theoretically, you don't really need to fit 4. Me and Erodian both have 4 fitted, so that means that there's going to be 8 with yours. With your 2 there, that'll be 10. You only need 6 to pretty much guarantee getting the insta kill. So if you don't fancy going, you know, going to get the other 2, then don't worry about it. Just fit whatever the hell else you want to fit instead. So yeah, no problem. I also failed the operation. I mean, technically I failed it because, yeah, I buggered off. Yeah, I wasn't too thrilled about that. Lee Yong-ri is probably too scared to travel to us therapy. I can't say I blame him if he is. If there's anything I want more for FDev to improve in this game, it's the performance, CPU and GPU utilization in the toilet. Cobra engine is just too archaic and far too gone in this modern day. Yeah, it absolutely is. But as Jim says a bit later on, they're never going to do that because their ego insists on constantly using the one engine that they've built. So even though the engine was, and let's face it, the engine was obsolete before Elite Dangerous was even published. So by now, I mean, it's like something out of the Stone Age. But yeah, any Frontier Developments game is going to use it, whether we like it or not. And let's face it, it's not for everyone. Right. That's caught up with the chat for now, so let's head out there. I noticed that yeah, my millions are on 149, so let's get us into the 150 millions.
Detachment complete.
And also, if I can take out a second, it will convince me rather more that this was no fluke. I will admit that even today, I still get a real sort of like sense of achievement when I'm able to take out a an interceptor of any kind, even the Cyclops. So even though I'm trying to make it sound very sort of matter of fact, saying, "Oh yeah, there you go, it's done easy," inside I am feeling as smug as fuck only knows what, because I actually managed to do it. Alright, what we got here? That's a 4, that's just going to be scouts. 8, yeah, I don't fancy going after a Hydra. There's a 5. It's also 93,000 light seconds away, so there we go, that's more like it. Looks like it's going to be fairly close to the primary star here. Hopefully it's not going to cause any heat issues. Okay, it's not so close. Now, I do have another stream idea, which once we've done this, or however this finishes up, I will put to Mick DC. Be afraid. Alright, let's see how we do this time. Time I started actually moving. Right, so first heart is down. See, I'm leaving him for dead, and I've only got one pick of engines. Now, I don't want to get too far away from him. Again, I'll let his shield go down to about 50 and then I'll go back in and start firing once more. has slowed me down though. Turned my thrusters off basically. Yeah, that seemed to take a lot longer than I'd have liked. First Guardian module reinforcement has been damaged. Again, he's not fired his caustic missile. Now he has. Oh. Once his caustic missile has stopped coming towards me, whoa, I got a bit too far away there. Don't you bugger off. No, he's still there. Oh, he's out. Launcher's malfunction due to overheating. That shouldn't be too much of an issue. It's not doing its charge. Oh, now it is. Closer than I thought, so okay. There he goes. Another 8 million. Again, I don't think any of don't need any of those materials. That cloud does spread out quite considerably. I think you need to be, I think it's 3 kilometers away from it to ensure that you stay outside of its spread. Alright, let's have a look at the chat. Star Season, fucking Star Season. He's using a modified version of the CryEngine, just as ancient as shit in 2026. Distance in this system is great as there's no gravity wells. Yeah, I mean, I could have gone to that one that was 93,000 away, especially as I've got the SCO drive. So yeah. I hate gravity wells, not only because they slow you right down, but also because of the awful sounds you get. Sounds like a broken washing machine on a fast spin. I could not agree more. That is my #1 reason for hating those gravity wells. Slowing me down I can put up with, but that fucking noise is like a dentist drill. I hate it. That's the one part of ED sound design I can't stand. Yeah, for the most part they've got the audio absolutely, absolutely spot on. But that, it's dreadful. FSD sounds the same in all ships. Well, to be honest, it is supposed to be the same kind of unit, so it would be. Fighting an interceptor with flight assist on, having it off is pretty much mandatory. I'm utterly useless with flight assist off, so. Yeah, ED sound design is fantastic for the most part, but FSD's under gravity strain, under gravity well strain is awful here. I can imagine an operation involving a mega ship that's been damaged by a Thargoid and requires you to board. Problem is that's where it ends. I can only imagine it. Don't doubt FD will devote time for it. I think at some point, yeah, there is bound to be an operation that will involve a Thargoid, and it will obviously involve you having to take out a an interceptor. What kind? Who knows? In fact, knowing operations as they are at the moment, if you take on an easy, yeah, it will only be a Medusa that shows up. Only time I use FA off is when running away. I don't even use it then, so. Yeah, hull at 62%. That's fine. I was having a bit of an issue with my pips during that one, so yeah, I am quite happy with that. Let's go and get ourselves patched up again. But I think in terms of small ships, going after, I mean, okay, yeah, admittedly it's going after a Cyclops. Not the biggest challenge as far as interceptor combat, but like I say, it's still, you know, it's still extremely satisfying when you take those things out. So I think if you're either not used to interceptor combat or you're not used to small ships, then yeah, this is definitely the ship to use when you're making your first steps into, you know, going after interceptors in a small vessel. And this loadout is certainly working a downside better than the previous one, where I just did not have anything like enough module protection. Now, one thing I have not tried this thing out against is scouts, and I have no shields, so I think that's going to be my next thing. Let's see how this does against scouts. I mean, it should have no problem at all, but yeah, the key word there is should. Whether or not that will actually be the case, I don't know. But these days, no one's going to, you know, put together an AX ship specifically for scouts. I used to have, actually, I tell you, I have still got one, I just haven't used it for... Second time I've done that. 18,158 repair bill this time. But yeah, I do have a ship that is set up for just scouts, and it's a complete waste, and I haven't used it since before the Thargoid War. So, wrong one. So, 156 million now. So we are doing okay. With the operations update, there's no need for weapons or suits except for new cosmetics. It's been 5 years, not one new weapon, suit or tool that's added functionality. I think there are some, and considering how much I prefer to use the Maverick suit over the combat suit, I might be one of these. They could do with perhaps... Oh, okay, yeah, you mean, yeah, no new weapons or suits, right, okay. Is that I might get. I might put together another Maverick suit that might be a bit more combat oriented. My current Maverick, so yeah, I'll show you. Does it show the no, it doesn't show the fucking. Well, I'll tell you what. We've got a little bit of time before we go out for the taking on the scouts. But I think, like the majority of people, my Maverick suit is currently engineered for making sure I'm not seen or heard. Here we have the Galactic Pacer. It's a beautiful ship, the Kestrel, it really is. It's one of very, very few ships where the ship kit actually does genuinely improve it. It's not like a Cobra Mark 5 where anybody who has the gift of sight wouldn't go anywhere near the ship kit for that thing. So I'm pretty sure it's here, isn't it, where I can sort out my loadout? Yeah. So yeah, my scavenger kit, so extra backpack capacity. You're not going to need that in operations. Reduce 2 battery consumption. Yes, I think you will need that. Increase sprint duration. Yeah, I think you may well need that. Night vision I'm 50-50 on. I'm not sure about that one. So I could put something like, you know, the improved ammo, which I think my combat one has. Yeah, extra ammo capacity. That's the daytime combat one. What about the nighttime one? Because I've got 2 for, yeah. So nighttime one, yeah, again that has the extra ammo capacity. The faster shield regen doesn't make a huge difference actually. It's not really not worth worrying about too much. So maybe, in fact, thinking about it, oh, that's the Explorer. Yeah, as well as reduced tool battery consumption, also giving it the enhanced battery capacity. So if I was to put that on there instead of the night vision, and then instead of the extra backpack capacity, have the improved ammo. So that would be one that's much more sort of combat geared. That would, I think that might work pretty well. So, anyway, I don't actually know what I'm doing in here now. I'll tell you what, let's just have a look, see if there are any surface missions, and if there are there any worth doing? Oh, it's in Maya, yeah, it's going to be a long old flight, that. Don't like doing regular takedowns because you've got something like 75% chance of the target knowing you're on your way and they bugger off. So I would normally only do covert or professional. Doesn't look like there's going to be anything here worth bothering with. And as you can see, I am allied with all 3. So, okay, let's stick to the original plan. Let's go back and take out some more Thargoids. don't know why I got Scavenger AX selected there. Scavenger shotguns are the one I want. Not going to need it right this second, but chances are around here that'll be the loadout I need. Okay, let's have another look here. You should be finding that. I had an Imperial courier that would tear through scouts. Yeah, I remember. I wouldn't say tear through them. It did take a while because it didn't have any AX multi-cannons on there. AX multi-cannons make such a difference for a scouts only ship, but like I say, these days there's no point in having one of them. I wish we could replace mods in suits even if it destroys the old mod. I totally agree with that. I really don't like the fact that just because we want to change one mod, we've now got to buy a completely new suit. I mean, alright, the credits are no big deal for me, but I'm sure there are players where it will be. And then you've got to make sure you've got all the materials, you know, not just for the one mod you want, but for everything. It's a right ball ache. You've mentioned that the Cobra Mark V was overpowered. Yep. In the hands of NPCs, that statement is more than justified. Kestrel is nearly impossible to hit, let alone outrun. Yeah, the space operations that I did, or yeah, I had the one. Actually, I think I made 2 attempts. Yeah, there were on both occasions there were like 2 or 3 elite Kestrels, and I could barely hit them. I mean, I was in a Corsair, which is not exactly the most nimble of ships, and I didn't have a hope in hell of getting any hits on the Kestrels. I have been able to destroy a couple of wanted Cobra Mark Vs, but yeah, they are extremely manoeuvrable. It took way longer than I thought. The payout weren't great either. Best paying ships at the moment seems to be Python Mark IIs. I have yet to even see one, let alone destroy one, that paid less than $1 million. So yeah, any wanted Python Mark IIs, you definitely want to have a go at those. Shield regen speed mod would be handy. It would, but it's not fantastic. There are much more useful. There are much more useful mods to put on an Operations Maverick suit than that one. But then again, when they do drop, it doesn't bring them back any faster. No, that's the big problem. It only kicks in once the recharge has started, but it doesn't improve the time that they, the shields stay off. The anthill mob, they've progressed since racing against Digdastly. Well, the anthill mob over here is certainly a lot better faction than the one that was here. I can't see where it's gone. I could have sworn they did actually have a they had a presence in this system, but it would appear not. Yes, this system used to have the infamous Hank's Alliance of Anti-Xeno, which, you know, is just a mere name. You can hear the dueling banjos in the background and just the brain death of whoever it was that came up with that name for a faction. Hank's Alliance of Anti-Xeno. I mean, how can you slaughter the English language in one fell swoop? Well, there you go. Jesus Christ. It really does sound like a sort of... I think there are white supremacy groups that show more intelligence than that. Right, anyway, let's see how this does against scouts. I have a feeling I'm going to take more damage from threat 4 scout site than I am from a threat 5 Cyclops.
Ship uncoupled. You are a go for departure.
Let's see. Right. Nothing good to scan. Let's head on out.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Right. Let's see what we have. So we want a threat 4. And not one that is 100,000 fucking light seconds away. So I'm now getting threat 5s again. Oh, okay, yeah. Did you fancy a threat 9? Threat 9s actually lull you into a false sense of security, because when you first turn up, you've got scouts. And then you get a Cyclops. So as you're thinking, oh, this won't be too bad, the thing is, before you've finished going after the Cyclops, that's when either a Hydra or a Medusa will show up. I'll keep 2 pips in system and don't worry about engines for this one. I don't need to be going particularly fast. I remember when non-human signal source threat 4 meant that you were going to be going up against an Orthrus. I really wish they were still in the game. Right. Hurry up and target on there, folks. Yeah, I used to always use like beam lasers and stuff against these little fuckers. Right, so that's one down. Fucking hell. Getting a bit warm. Oh, Jesus Christ. Sorry. Yeah, sounds like I flew through the cloud. I do hate the way it says caustic. Makes it sound like some like upper class snob or something. Caustic. You never ask for caustic soda to unblock your thing, do you? Okay, so I'll take it back. That was not challenging at all. Still not dropping anything. I have a feeling, in fact by now I should probably be well aware of it, that I don't need any of the Thargoid materials. Okay, let's... sometimes you'll find a threat 4 and there's, instead of just the 4 of them, there'll be like between 6 and 8 of them. Let's see if we can find one of those. Not an 8. Quite a few close to the observatory. 3 ain't worth it. But 4, there we go. Right. But even though the Thargoid War ended, well, I think it's 2 years ago now, if you take out any Thargoids, it still all counts towards Thargoid War totals on Inara, if you use Inara.
Warning. Caustic damage detected. Under attack.
Alright. Would have if I deployed my weapons, wouldn't it? What was that? That's got the in down, yep.
Target destroyed.
But yeah, if you get the area where there's like
Target destroyed. Warning.
between 6 or 8 of them, you'll also have things like, you know, the berserkers and the sighters and all that around there, so it does make it a bit trickier. I mean, this is certainly not tricky by any stretch. Fuck it, yeah. Some of that.
Target destroyed.
Last one. Oh, what was that? There we go.
Target destroyed.
No, still nothing there. I don't think I need to worry too much about the
Frameshift drive charging.
materials that are being left.
4, 3, 2, 1. Warning. Caustic damage detected.
Right, let's patch ourselves up. And I will go after another Cyclops after that. I mean, that paid me 640,000. Or I can go after just one target and get 8 million. That's a tough choice.
Core Dynamics Lima Uniform Kilo. Thank you for choosing our station, Commander. We hope you find everything to your liking. Access authorized. Proceed to Bay 3-1.
Can I land without damaging myself this time? I mean, that is something that I frequently worry about when I make shieldless ships, so I am known for doing plenty of rather heavy landings.
Hull integrity compromised.
Okay, I thought I was alright there, but no. There you go, 1,698.
Commence power down. Station services are at your disposal.
Right, have another check at the chat here. I was going to say, sounds like a load of redneck moonshiners. It must be old Hank's Alliance of Anti-Xeno. How's anyone supposed to take them seriously? Or Klansman wizards, yeah. How many bobbleheads do you have? Far too many is the honest answer. Well, put it this way, I've got the, you know, the one that looks like the kiddies' spelling blocks. I've got that set, so that's 26 right there. I've got all of the planets in our system. I've got the 3 Guardian ship launch fighters. Most of the Thargoid ones. Yeah, I've got way too many. Have you played or seen any gameplay of a game called Species Unknown? Doesn't sound familiar. FDev need to take notes from that game regarding operations. They can also take the engine powering it too. I mean, I assure you haven't got to look too hard to find a better game engine than the Cobra one. So, Mick DC will be back in a few. Did they not have a scout type that heals the others, or am I confusing it with Sentinels in NMS? No, you're not confusing it. It was the Regenerator. Those things were a real pain in the arse. So, yeah. So you have heat sinks or thermal conduit beam. Yeah, actually I've got both. So yeah. Are there hunters in this system? I've not seen any yet. So yeah, I'd be very surprised. If there are, then they're only likely to be size. But I mean, the size always show up at the Titan sites. Yeah, the glaives, I've not seen any of those for, well, since the end of the Thargoid War. Give me a sec, I've got to take... Oh, Jesus Christ. It always takes me an age to take any bloody pills. Right, anyway, where was I? Yeah, I'd be very, very surprised if there are any hunters. The other thing, of course, is that hunters, they really, I think, anyway, inflated their difficulty. So, I mean, it could be that if I went to, you know, a threat 7, threat 8, whatever, I might find some there. But to be honest, I certainly don't want to find any glaives, because I'm using so much Guardian technology that, yeah, I'd be in real trouble going up against one of those. But, yeah, it really doesn't look like there are any out here, so... Okay, it's actually, there's one system I've not been to for quite a while. I can't remember the name of it. The system where everything bloody, you know, kicked off. Where old Salvation fired his, was it a Proteus wave? I mean, is that system still just as bad as it's always been, or have things improved there? I can't even remember what system it was. I won't do it in this stream, but that is one that I probably need to go and take another look at. Okay. So at 9, no thank you. 6. For 8. Ah, well, where have all the 5s gone? There's a 5. Right. The weird thing is, in terms of firepower, I've probably gone really overboard with this thing, because if you're only going after Cyclops, you could just use AX multi-cannons. Oh, this is going to be another one where nothing shows up. Again, you know, this stuff that I would have just, you know, I would have taken, and I can't. Oh, nothing there. Oh yeah, that was something I was going to ask. So I'm going on the assumption that those watching have at least heard about this forthcoming support to the Colonia celebrations. It's bound to be a CG event, but there's a bit of it that I'm not quite sure what it's saying. So in the second paragraph, preparations are underway for a massive transportation effort, starting with a gathering of commodities and rare goods from across the core systems for delivery to Colonia via a fleet of dedicated megaships. So does that mean you don't actually have to take them to Colonia yourself? You can just take them to a megaship that is going to be somewhere in the populated zone, which, you know, once the CG ends, then they will bugger off to Colonia. I kind of hope that that's the case. I also hope that there is something, you know, that makes doing the event worthwhile. It's not just going to be yet more credits. These are all going to be way too far away. Right, where's the here it is. No, it isn't. Where has the Copernicus Observatory? That's what I want. There's usually a load of signals hanging around that. Threat 5, there we go. There's a Caspian Explorer here. Never found I wanted one of those. Yeah. Alright, let's hope that there is actually something here at this one. Oh, it's a load of scouts. Okay, well, let's give it a go.
Taking damage.
Ah, one of them's a regenerator. Yep. Right, so that's the regenerator down. Let's deal with the berserker. Let's actually try and aim, shall we?
Target destroyed.
One is just coming up as Thargoid vessel. And it's just, oh, it's a berserker. Okay. Oh, come on. I think that's him down, yep. So yeah, the ones that are all left are just the regular marauders.
Warning. Caustic damage detected. Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
So that would be him down, surely.
Destroyed. Heat sink deployed.
Oh man, he's only down to 3. There we go. Now I definitely need to get myself repaired.
Caustic damage.
I'm down to 57%, which is yeah, not great. Quite a few materials, and none of those are ones that I need. So yeah, quite a large spread of scouts, and they did more damage to me than any of the Cyclops have so far.
Drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1.
and again. There he goes. So even though they took out 44% of the hull, it's only 11,676 repair. Uh, 640,000 again. Not great. Right, let's have another check at the chat here. You could do the CG, then dock in the megaship and get a free ride to Colonia. If they give us the chance to actually do that. A lot of the time, the megaships or whatever all bugger off and leave everyone who was docked on it behind. Some explorer or scientist was found recently. What was so important about this person again? Is that referring to the one who was released from prison? What was it? Yeah, Terry Tora here. Yeah, she was the one who discovered that yeah, the October Consortium were basically hiding the knowledge of the the existence of the old yeah, the new plants. Why that was deemed, an imprisonable offence, I have no idea, but yeah, that's what that's all about. So I thought that once the operations had started, it would just be then, oh yeah, right, you can use the Unica seeds to, give you a boost or whatever in the operations, and that would be the end of it. But, well, it's not been done. I mean, it doesn't mean it never will, but it hasn't yet. Even if it does get added, the chances of it working are slim, to say the least. So, yeah, I get the feeling that there's going to be a bit more to that than what I was expecting. But this is this is frontier developments we're talking about here, so yeah, you should always have the lowest of low expectations. Right, anyway, let's head on out again and let's see if we can find a threat 5 that actually has Cyclops in it.
Disengage from landing pad. Moderate speed on exit.
Who's this? Oh, okay, I thought there was someone coming in.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
There we go. Right, what are the odds of there actually being a Cyclops at this one? Well, looks like we got one. There it is. took a lot longer to do than I thought.
Target shields.
Oh, I think I was just out of range. No, actually it looks like it just caught me. It slowed me right down. Deactivating my plasma charger. Right, so shields down. Try and get this one done a bit quicker than the last one. Still feel like I'm barely moving. There we go.
Target shields online.
Alright, so once that missile stops was gone. See, that Thargoid is moving really slowly. Let its shields go down to 50 again. Alright, that's good enough. Yeah, that wasn't great. Okay, next part is out. Taking a lot more damage than yeah, I really want to.
Target shields online. Energy surge detected.
Yeah, I'm very slow again. Another module has been reinforcement is down. This is not the greatest strategy I could ever use. Lost another I don't want it buggering off. There he goes. That, yeah. That was... I took a lot more damage in that one than I anticipated. 53%, but I took quite a few rather unnecessary risks with that one. But there was yeah, quite a few occasions where it felt like I was just crawling along. I mean, admittedly, I was just standing there letting it fire its lightning attack at me all the time, and it just wasn't doing anything. Right, where are we in the chat? My go-to ship for Goid hunting is the Fed Assault ship. Fast, nimble, ample internals. Shame about the FSD nowadays. Well, I mean, you can... I mean, if you're building a ship for specifically for Thargoid hunting, then Frameship Drive option isn't really one of the new ones. You know, isn't no, it's not really a priority. So if it's got everything you want as far as, you know, the firepower and the you know, armor and that, then yeah, that's all it really needs. Well, and the maneuverability. Lukozer keeps telling me to get a Fed gunship. Yeah, I do. Although maybe one of the newer ships would be better now. Yeah, I think the way you play the game, the Fed gunship would be an ideal choice. You don't like ships that are too fast, and the Fed gunship is not too fast. You like the old using a sledgehammer to crack a nut method of combat. Well, the Fed gunship has plenty of hard points, and yeah, I just think it's right up your street. What do you think of the lighting changes? They're subtle enough for me to not really notice a hell of a lot of difference. It feels now like I'm playing back in the previous, you know, sort of pre-Odyssey days. So in that regard, it certainly is not a bad thing. I like the fact that you know, some of the colours, like it is at the moment, are quite a lot more vivid, a lot more striking. In Odyssey, everything was quite washed out.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1.
I didn't think I'd use my heat sink all that often, but well, I'm out of ammo, so. Well, now 3 out of 3 for the Cyclops kills in this thing, so I think, well, I'm pretty sure, yeah, this loadout is spot on for me. If you missed the start, I went through the loadout at the start of the stream, so just have a check back there if you want to.
We are happy to have you, Commander. Please note that all station services are at your disposal.
Yeah, if you're.
Request approved. Please head directly for Bay 01.
Yeah, if you're considering giving this loadout a try yourself. So I've always said that it's not a good idea to copy a loadout parrot fashion if you don't really know why it's working that, or if it's using you know, weapons that you are not used to or you've never used before. So yeah, it certainly helps if you are okay with small ships, or you know, certainly maneuverable ships, and obviously you need to be okay with using the Guardian weapons. But other than that, yeah, you know, give it a go. So 70,400 repair, more than any of the previous ones, but it's still absolutely fine. So we have another 8 million. Where are we? McDC return. I quite like the lightning change. It feels like the ED of old, less saturated. So you find it less saturated, whereas I find it less washed out. So, but I mean, you look at the lighting here. Now, admittedly, the lighting shouldn't really, you know, it wasn't meant to affect things like, you know, the inside of docking stations, but it certainly has. And yeah, I just think this looks a hell of a lot better. And then there's also like the obvious stuff, you know, like if you're heading to a planet's surface, it's not constantly always either brown or grey. We do actually have some colour variants of the planet's surfaces once again, which you know, we lost once Odyssey reared its head. Okay, so well, I think we're certainly doing all right as far as our AX combat. So let's head out and have one final hunt for the Cyclops. If we take this one out, then I think we can take it as an absolute given that this loadout is working and working really well. I really was unsure about going shieldless with this thing. That was the only sort of like doubt I had, and yet it's working so well that another AX ship that I'm thinking of putting together, which will be a Corsair, that's going to replace my crappy AX Challenger that I've got. I think I may go shieldless with that as well. There we go, threat 5 dead ahead. That looks promising. Yeah, there he is. I need to come back to this system with an AX ship that actually has some cargo capacity. And also bring some metal alloys with me as well. No wonder I was taking heat damage. I had no power to the weapons. Oh, definitely caught me on there. Painfully slow there. Yeah, that wasn't great. Let his shields get back to 50. There we go. Oh, fucking hell. I can't move. Right, well, the shields are down. I'm moving really slowly. There we go. Alright. That part is closed. So again, we'll let his shields go down to 50. I have taken more damage than I thought I would. He's fired his caustic missile. But you may have noticed I basically completely ignore the Thargon floor. And yeah, with the Cyclops you can get away with that, but you're definitely not going to get away with that if you try that with any other interceptor. I think all of my module reinforcements have now been destroyed. This could be a bit tricky. Trying to stay out of range of his caustic missile, which is still following me. There we go, it's done. Right, I think if I was to start attacking him before his shield wears down to 50, it would be a bit of a risk, but I kind of have to. Oh, he's got me bloody motionless again. Now I am in a bit of bother. Well, that was seriously close. I was taking an awful lot of module damage there because he yeah, had destroyed all of my module reinforcements. So yeah, that was me getting a bit what's the word? Shit. Yeah, I was starting to take for granted that I would be able to do it. So I wasn't being as attentive as I probably should have been. Nevertheless, I did still manage to do it. So I am convinced that this loadout absolutely works just fine. So let's head back to the station then. Okay, let's get out of Matchlock and then we'll head back to the station. And yeah, I've really got to come back here with a ship that has some sort of cargo space. I have got other AX ships. Most of my AX ships are all stored at Copernicus Observatory here. I'm sure some of them have cargo space. The problem is so many of my AX ships, I refitted them all for like the Thargoid War, and I've never bothered changing them back again. So some of them would have probably have some problems, especially my large ones, you know, like me Anaconda or me Fed Corvette, because things like AFM units or the repair or decontamination limpets, I've taken them all off them. Because I didn't need them during the Thargoid War, because I could just land at the base that was under attack and yeah, get all of my repairs and everything done there. 43,841. So, despite the fact that it was my worst performance yet, as far as hull damage goes, I mean it's still over half, you know, down to 54. But yeah, the repair bill is not the highest it's been by any stretch. So, get her all fixed up and in the combat bonds. So we are up to 56,172,014,381. I think that might well do. Let's just take a look at the chat again. Could be because I have bloom turned off. The reds on this stream do seem to pop more. I can't. I think I have got bloom enabled on mine. I'm one of those who, yeah, I'd always end up enabling bloom whether I need it or not. Caustic sink has removed the need for decontamination limpets. Not completely. Bearing in mind that you've only got, well, 7 caustic sinks. I can't remember if you can synthesize more of them. If you can, then yeah, okay, yeah, maybe it has. But repair limpets are also still badly needed, because if you're going up against something like a Medusa or a Hydra, you're going to need to be able to do, you know, repairs as you go. You will almost certainly need to be able to do repairs to your internal modules, so an AFM unit is really going to be needed. And none of my AX ships have either of those things fitted to them. So yeah, I think if I'm going to entertain the idea of going after Medusas and Hydras, well, I'm not really going to entertain the idea of going after a Hydra. Yes, I have got some Hydra kills in my Inara. In fact, I've got quite a few of them. I've got 25. I mean, Medusa kills are at 26. So I've only taken out one more Medusa than I have Hydras. But none of my Hydra kills were, solo. There's no way I'm ever going to be able to solo a Hydra, and especially not now. The only reason I was able to solo a Medusa, I mean, admittedly I did do it a fair few times, but again, that was during the Thargoid War. So I would be at, the conflict zone that's above a planetary starport, so I could constantly land there, repair, rearm, and also at those sites the interceptors never used their Thargon swarms, and that made a huge difference. It made them so much easier to defeat. Not that defeating a Medusa is ever going to be considered easy, but yeah, no Thargon swarm makes it considerably easier. But yeah, I think that will do for this one. We've managed to take out 4 Cyclops, no failures, which I'll absolutely take. Well pleased with the fact that I'm successful in taking out every single one. So that tells me that this loadout works. There's no two ways about it. This is going to be one of 3 AX ships that I will keep on my fleet carrier, because yeah, although I've not done a great deal of AX combat since the end of the Thargoid War, this whole thing has really sort of got me in the mood for doing more of them. So I'm going to keep this small AX ship on the fleet carrier. I'll keep a medium, which is going to be the Corsair that is replacing the crappy AX Challenger that I've got. And then I'll also do myself a large AX ship for taking on, well, not just taking on Hydras and Medusas. That's something that may crop up in a future video. Now, I say may, the odds are very much stacked against it, but as I said earlier in this, there will be, hopefully fairly soon, a live stream which features me, Erodian, Mick DC. There may be a fourth, I have no idea, but hopefully it will be at least us three in a team where we will be essentially insta-killing Cyclops. Once we've done that, there's another video I want to do a bit further on which will take that to the next step. I want to be insta-killing Basilisks. I know it can be done. I am also not completely, oblivious to the fact that it is properly difficult. You need a very specific type of ship. And the other thing that, this is probably the thing that makes it most unlikely of all, we need a team of 4. 3 will not be enough. We've got to have a team of 4. So I am 99.9% certain Erodian is certainly up for it. I'm not going to make any assumptions about if Mick DC wants to take the chance, but 24 million a kill, there's an incentive. So yeah, if you want to take part in it, fine. But we do need a 4th, player to be part of that. So yeah, if there is anyone watching who wants to be the 4th member of that team, then let me know, and I will provide you with the details. There are quite a few details. Like I say, you've got to have a very specific kind of ship to do it. But anyway, that I think will do. That was pretty good. That I do enjoy taking out the Cyclops there. Mick DC, I would definitely be up for it. There we go. So right, so we've got 3 of the 4 for the insta kill of Basilisks. We just need the 4th. I'm not optimistic, to be honest, about finding the 4th, but there you go. When does this Thargoid task force take place? I'm in Oz, so time needs to be considered. The honest answer is no idea. The Cyclops one is pretty much a given, so, but it won't be until after that stream has been done, so I suspect you've still got time. Besides which, all 3 of us still need to put our ship together for the insta-kill Basilisk routine, so yeah, you've got a little bit before that happens. But like I say, anyone who is interested in being the 4th, yeah, drop us a line in the comments there, and we'll have a go at sorting it out. If time is going to be an issue, oh well, it can't be else. But I'm sure we'll find a 4th. He says with zero confidence. But there we are. That is quite enough of my waffling on. Yeah, I was quite pleased with that. That was a good one. I always enjoy taking out the old Cyclops bastard things. But that will do for this stream. So yeah, I don't know when the next one will be. I don't even know if the next one will be the Cyclops insta-killing wing. If it isn't, I'm sure I'll come up with something. But yeah, that's for then. For now, go away.